Man, this thing just randomly cut off on me. Okay, I'm gonna get straight to the point this time. Without, okay, some of y'all women will prove that y'all will forever be single, and it's yours going to be your fault. This is how we're gonna get to. This is how we're gonna get through it. There's a lot of projecting. And yes, we're gonna be talking about the Simone Biles thing because the way some of you women just y'all have these, and I know I don't want to sound like a red pill dude. I always said I'm red pill ish, but I don't really want to sound like a red pill dude. But and because I always say I'm not about bashing black women, but I am want to put a mirror. I want to put a mirror in front of all of y'all. A lot of y'all project a lot of y'all things that y'all fail relationships in which y'all probably done fuck with the wrong nigga, and then it's just you can tell y'all gonna be single forever, or sometimes, and maybe it's just me. It's just like y'all show reasons why y'all forever gonna be alone, and then why Kevin saying you say buy a dog, die alone. Like you don't. I want you to understand. Like a lot, y'all get mad at these red pill people, and y'all get mad at the way they talk about the women and all that other stuff. But I'm gonna tell you, some of these channels, whether they call themselves red pill or not, they have, and I said this about Thomas Sotomayor, and I said this about Kevin Samuels, and I've said about anything. Y'all mad because they put this stuff out, but there are videos of y'all. There are videos of black women. These are you black women doing these things. So what are we talking about? We're gonna be talking about Simone Biles and her husband Jonathan Owens, and a lot of people was mad because Jonathan Owens, and I think he was just being facetious, and you could tell he was just like he was kind of like joking around or some shit like that and all that stuff. Because even he's just like, he was like, "Oh, Simone Biles just," and he was like, "Nah, it ain't really like that." It ain't really, because and he was honest, which first off, I always say this: you women cannot handle black men honesty, and here's and I've always said this: black male honesty. It The thing about black men honesty is that it's my intent. It's not. Excuse me. My intent is not to hurt you, but I am informing you of what your actions. That is black men honesty. Black women honesty is like they're trying to hurt your feelings. Like yeah, they're honest with it. It's like it's two things. They either beat around the bush with it and try to give you the message nice, or if they don't like you, they're just straight up. This is like hold on, bitch. It's like you. It's more or less. Hold on, bitch. It's just to put you in your place. Either it's to beat around the bush or put you in your place. All right. Blackmail honesty is not that. It's to let you know you're fucking up, and then this is what you need to do, and then this is what you need to do to not fuck up. Which is why men we get it. It's just like okay, you fucking up. Yes, you fucking up. But if you do this and this and this, I think you'd be back. And this is why men really don't really beef with other men because sometimes we know we fucking up. Like that's what, and this is why I always say male friendships are better than women friendships because we will tell you, oh no, nah, my nigga, you need to get your shit together. You can't be doing this dumb shit. Like we'll make fun of you, but it's not the intent to hurt you. It's the intent to make you a better man. Which is why like the military works so well for men because we will beat you down and then we will build you back up. That's the point. Like anybody else, what's the point of the military? It's to beat you down and then to build you back up. Because that old you is not going to cut it. Or whatever you come in with, it's not that what you're going to be in the military. And then we beat that out of you. That's the whole thing about the military thing. They're going to beat that out of you. That what you came in with, and then you're going to leave with with the swagger of a military person, and this is how we want you to collaborate while you're working with us. This is what you need to do for us because you are part of my brand now. So if you're going to be part of my brand, you're going to act like this. That's male honesty in a bit. It's like, look, nigga, you want to fuck with me? I'm going to let you know you fuck up. So a lot of you women. Okay, here's the thing about Simone Biles. That woman is an accomplished woman. We all know. A lot of people know that. I know her husband didn't know who he was. Most people think that's cap. I sort of believe him because you know why? Like I knew who Simone Biles was, but I never really watched her do her gymnastic shit. But I knew she was a bad motherfucker. And then the one time I did watch her, and which was funny because she got first place in that. She was on her off game. Like she was like it wasn't like she was like tripping everywhere, but her moves just wasn't as clean as they normally was, and she still won first place. So I watched her on her worst day. She was still better than 99% of the people she was against. So, take that how you black women, take that how you want to leave it. But that's the first time I seen it. I said, and people talk about, oh yeah, this is her off day. You should see her when she's on. And then, I go to YouTube videos to see her shit. I say, oh yeah, she a bad motherfucker. You gotta be a bad motherfucker to be an Olympic gymnast anyway. But she's a bad motherfucker. So, and a lot like that woman, Simone Biles. Let's just say Simone Biles went through a lot. Beautiful woman too. Her and Gabby Douglas, them two went through a lot. Um, a lot of people are mad because it seemed like Simone Biles pursued her husband instead of the husband pursuing her, in which some relationships are like that. I don't know if you really want it, you're gonna go get it. It's not just retaining to men because a lot of women is just and a lot of you women called that man sassy. And to me, it was just like there was nothing he said that was sassy, but the nigga was being honest. It was just like I didn't know who she was like that. He knew she had a bunch of followers, and like he didn't know she was that type of a dope black woman and all that other stuff. And then a lot of you women just saw that clip, but never watched the whole podcast about the things she done did for that man and how she made him look into things and like therapy and all that other stuff. The things she did, like if you watch that whole podcast, he speaks so highly of her. And like, because y'all just see that one thing. It's like the whole time he spoke so highly of her. He was talking about a bunch of things that was just positive about Simone Biles. That you'd have been like that mean they had us in the first half. I ain't gonna lie. They had it in the first half. But if you watch that, you'd be like, oh, okay, kudos to her. You'd be like kudos to her. And I think a lot of you women just want to project some of you bad. And I gotta pull up this cheat and hopefully this doesn't cut me off this time. The video I got is from Cheese Z, and I want to show some of the stuff you women was talking about this brother, because some of y'all can be. This is what I'm talking about. Like some of you women can just be evil for no fucking reason, and we're gonna show that.
Slid in another man's DMs, pursued him, and ended up marrying that man. And she shot her shot.
I don't know what he is for saying that basically he deprives in their relationship. I don't know why y'all mad at him. He just telling the truth. They did that.
Before we get into this video, I want to also say that because a lot of you women kind of just, and she does too. Don't make it seem like she does too. We don't know who he is. It was like this nigga is an NFL football player. All right, it's not like he's a bum. Like he's not a bum. He's an NFL football player, and he's making good money. He's making millions. He's probably not making Simone Biles because Simone Biles runs off of endorsements. Gymnastics don't get paid, but he's making money, all right? And they're married. And, I want to throw that out first. And this is the same problem I had with the whole Rihanna and ASAP Rocky thing. Yes, Rihanna is a billionaire, but ASAP Rocky wasn't no bum either. Like the nigga make money, so it's just like, and the reason why I like because it make y'all look like hypocrites. It was like, oh, y'all dating this dusty bum and all, and like what could he do for her and all that other stuff, and obviously he do a lot because that's why they got married and they're in a happy relationship, and some of y'all are just single and miserable and lonely. All right. Also, you women, maybe some of y'all should shoot your shot. And because I don't know if it was this one that was it, because it was just like, oh, a lot of these men have sassy attitudes. No, some men just first off, we got to understand like what is sassy, because I think a lot of women just don't. It's just another thing women throwing these words around. Because I know I've asked this, because are men sassy? It was just like, what is sassy? What like, and I don't think a lot of women gave me a direct answer. It was like, what do you consider sassy? Because I feel like now that men are just like, we're not just sitting there eating them compliments and then we're honestly snapping back at you, something that your gay best friend used to do. Now, if it's that niggas is snapping back at you, I don't think that's sassy. I think that's putting you in your place, because a lot of you women are like, it's not even like the 8, 9s, and 10s, like the 4, 5s, and 6s. A lot of you 4, 5s, and 6s are average looking women. Y'all be putting yourself in, but y'all be hyping yourself up too much because a couple of niggas call you cute, and then you get a nigga to just humble yourself and just nah, chill, you alright, but we not doing that. All right, and that's how niggas are this generations. Now you could, I don't think that's sassy. I just think that's just putting you in your place. People didn't like Kevin Samuels. I think they could. Some of them called Kevin Samuels sassy, but Kevin, he just wasn't for your bullshit. So let's continue.
Interview, and he basically told us a story about how Simone Biles chased him. So yeah, he is the prize. We want men to be so masculine and this and that, and we talk bad about men being sassy and feminine. Well, yeah, when they were the ones getting asked out on dates, why would if I was a man getting asked out on a date, I would ask for flowers too. I'd want her to open my car door too, because I'm her girlfriend now. Y'all make these men y'all girlfriends, and then y'all surprised when they be acting feminine and sassy like they're the prize. They are the prize. You asked him out, sis. You chased him. I mean, what did you expect? You expected for him to act all masculine after you already took that away from him? Like, this is why I never tell women to chase no man. Like, you should never be proposing to no man. You should never be approaching no man. People ask me this all the time. Like, you never approached a guy? No, I never have a day in my life. A day in my life, I would never approach no man and ask him out on a date. Why would I do that and give him the automatic upper hand? No, of course he's a prize. I just gave him the power and the whole dynamic. Like, why would he chase me after I just chased him? Like, what? Like, come on now.
So we've got a single woman here who I've seen this chick's videos before, and she likes to champion the whole never chase a man. You are the prize, right? She talks about Shiri 7, right? That whole kind of gold digger mentality. We've got a single unmarried woman here who's shaming Simone for pursuing a man and getting a husband. Think about that. All based on the fact that she would never do that because she has too much pride. Because if people watch the whole interview, they would see that she met him and she showed why she is valuable enough for him to put a ring on her. Men hold the key to marriage. He decides to get on one knee. He decides that you are going to be his wife. He spoke about her helping his mental health by introducing him to therapy. There was some point where I know Simone kind of left because she had to get her mental right, but he talks about how she was influential in bringing peace to his life, something that we know these women know nothing about.
And that's, to me, it's just like, I agree with Chisu said. That's just basically said that. And I was right. She called that nigga sassy. It's like, I don't think you take it a little bit too far. Like the nigga, like I said, first of all, the nigga play football. Probably one of the most masculine things you could do is like play sports or play. But at the same time, like, it's not like she asked him to get on a date, but he asked for her hand in marriage. And tell you the truth, most of the time, and I want you women to understand this, especially in this day and era, the fact that a lot of men don't approach y'all, it's y'all fault. Because the whole time you women talking about, I don't want no man approaching me. It's like, why are you approaching me? Like this attitude of like, why are you approaching me? Who the fuck are you? Why are you approaching me? And all that other stuff. And then now y'all getting mad that men don't want to approach you. That y'all have to might be doing approaching. Because y'all didn't like the way men approach y'all. And then when y'all didn't get what you wanted, y'all had a problem with it. Some of you women did that. And I'm going to be honest with you, and I say this, I think some of the women y'all was listening to were little pseudo lesbians. Like they didn't want men approaching you so they can have you to yourself. I'm not. And here's the thing. I was just like, I don't know if I have anything to prove on that, but it's just it's that feeling because it's just like, oh, I don't want no men groping on me and all that other stuff. And then the next thing you see, you in the video, and then some random woman is just groping on you. Oh my God, you got such a fat ass. Oh, and then y'all just don't look at it. And like it's the same to me. It's the same. It's just like this type of it is. I understand women can only get away with it because I don't think men should be groping women. But the way you let the women grope y'all and all that other stuff is just like, oh my God. It's just y'all looking at it like female empowerment. It's like the fuck out of here. It's like the women just want some ass just like you. It's like I do. The same thing with lesbians. They're just more slick about getting this shit because they're women.
Of course, I'm talking about the ones who don't drink coffee.
I don't drink coffee.
You can choose to look at it like, how dare you not know who I am? Or you can choose to admire her humility because most women, they look at their credentials and what they've achieved. And that becomes a stumbling block in them pursuing the type of man who's able to cooperate with them. Guys, think about this. If these women were Simone, they would have looked at him and been like, what? You don't know who I am? You don't deserve me. Instead, she played the humble card, humility. I know it sounds foreign, but it works. And obviously we're seeing the fruits of her labor. And she's got to be congratulated for that because she flipped the script. He talked about going out with her and people handing their phone to him to take pictures of them and her. And he finally saw that she was the real star in the situation and was playing the humble card and waiting for him to catch on to realize what a gift she was. But most of these chicks would have failed right off the bat because they do not have this type of humility. Case in point, let's just look at some of these comments.
Before you look at the comments, I also want to say, if this was a job interview, y'all would definitely try to pursue. Y'all would have definitely tried to pursue. Oh, why do you want this job and all that other stuff? And then just, especially if it's a dude, you honestly, if you really like to do, and I've said this one, if you really like to do, you might as well just jump out there. Who knows? Because he may not know that you really like him. Right? Most men are just oblivious. It's just like, it's just like, and you know, most men are waiting for a sign. Let's just say that. Most men are just waiting for the sign to like walk in. Now, most women back in the days, what they used to do, if they're interested in a man, they can see a man interested in her, they do this thing called the handkerchief. And they'll drop their handkerchief on the floor, and the man will come through and pick it up, and then come and talk to it. It's like the man still like pursued and gave him, but she also gave him the opening sign. A lot of you women have resting bitch faces, and like you want someone to talk to you, but it's just like, I don't know why you don't talk to me. And then you look at your face, you got this resting bitch face, and then it's just scowl. It's just like, yeah, you're gonna be intimidated to talk to. Or he's gonna feel a little intimidated. Men, don't get me wrong, I don't think men wants to feel intimidated, but it's just like we don't want to be meatheads either. And this is how I say it. It's just like we're looking for an opening. It's like, to me, I call it double dutching. We're looking for an opening, If she give the opening, hey, what's up? Now, some men make their own opening. Some men just look for an opening. Now, either way works, but people just have different styles.
Now, these comments here are in response to the video I played earlier. This chick says, seems like she was more interested than he was. Yeah, maybe in the beginning, and it happens like that all the time. Guys, I want you to think about this. Jonathan Owens is 28 years old. He is not at the peak of his earning potential, of his career. And we've got Simone here at 26 years old. She's at that age, that epiphany age where women start thinking to themselves, it's time for me to settle down. He's at the age where he's finally starting to earn more money. He spoke about that. Like, I wasn't sure if I was ready to settle down. I've only been in the game for 3 years. Probably could be messing with all types of 304s in the industry, getting women pregnant, spinning plates, building a rotation. But he looked at her and said, you know what, I'm willing.
I always say we the man to catch, man. I always say we the catch, man.
Yeah, so she really booked you.
She did though.
Is what you said.
I was fighting it.
So in truth, if I say this out loud, was Jonathan Owens ain't really want Simone Biles. Is what you're saying.
Now, why would you say that? Why would you say that about your wife? I was fighting it. I was fighting it. I was fighting it. Like, damn.
Can we be honest here? Most men fight marriage.
He's basically going to say, I'm going to just let this rock because he's basically going to say what I was going to say. So I'm going to just let this rock.
Most men fight marriage. I just saw a video from an elderly woman who is trying to talk to younger women and saying, listen, men today aren't being raised to be husbands. They're raised to first get their pockets right, get themselves set up, and then after that, they're raised to protect themselves from you.
Put that coffee down.
You don't like that coffee, but it's the truth. And that doesn't mean that men today don't want to find a good woman, but they know that there are a lot of chicks out here who aren't bringing peace like Simone has brought to this man's life. Let's keep listening.
Why did you?
Quick story. And I'm pretty sure I said this before, but y'all have heard me talk about my ex. If y'all have heard me talk about my ex that I've always mentioned for like 3 years, on and off. I wanted to marry that woman, but I've always said I need to get myself financially straight. And this is not even fighting marriage. It's just that I know that most divorces end on financial reasons. Some is infidelity, but a lot of it is based on financial reasons, like people arguing about money. I don't ever want you to worry about money. And this is how men are. It's just like even before we want to marry you. Don't get me wrong, we want to marry you, but we want to make sure we have a stable job. We want to make sure we have a stable house that you could move into, or we move in together. And, we want to make sure we have stable income. We just want to make sure we got all those ducks in a row before we even think about marriage. Now, when we have those ducks in a row, then yeah, we're going to be like, all right, I'm cool. I got me a good job. I got me a good woman. All right, we're in a good situation right now. Everything's good. Now I was just like, I could take the next step. Like a lot of men are taught to have our ducks in a row before we even start maneuvering. Which is why, like, a man will stay down until we get up, and then once we get up, we can start moving like that.
You date her then, and then marry her, but free her because she in the room with them.
We're not going to sit here and pretend like women a lot of times don't pressure a lot of guys for marriage. Even if he wants to marry you. Now, I don't think you should allow any woman to pressure you for marriage. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying it's okay. But this idea that guys just get into relationships and then think to themselves like, oh, well, I would love to spend thousands of dollars on a wedding right now, a ring, be stressed out about what's next after that. No, most guys are a bit cautious when it comes to taking that big step. There's a lot of investment that comes from men, and they are usually apprehensive. Even when they look at a woman and say, I'm going to probably marry you, you are a catch. Because the good word says, him who finds a wife finds a good thing. Let's keep listening.
That's the delusional smile. That's the mind.
Also, continuing the story a little bit. The last time I saw my ex, and it was like before Thanksgiving. It has officially been 10 years, but it was like when I officially saw her, and I went down there to go see her. I remember the last time she was like, do you think we should get eloped? And don't get me wrong, I was for the idea because I was just like I said, I wanted to marry this chick. But we both got out the Navy. She was working at Domino's. I was going to school off of my I was going to school and I was living with my pops and like my sister, my pops and my sister. So it was just like I'm not. It was like I'm not in the spot where like I can just like getting married and all that other stuff. It was like because I was going to school, just trying to get a degree. So I was like, I would love to elope, and I think I remember telling her, I would love to elope because, but like I'm not ready. And I told her, I said, I'm not ready yet. I want to be financially secure at least, and have us to have our own place before I even thinking about eloping. Because she was ready to go. She was ready to get married. Like she wanted, but I wanted to play it smartly because it was just like I didn't want to. Because if we get there, I didn't want it to argue about money or like even get a divorce because I felt like if I'd have married her then, we would have had problems about if not infidelity, but at least financial problems. I feel like we were just going to argue about money and end up getting divorced. It's just like which I don't want. So obviously, it's been 10 years since I've seen her, but I still feel like I made the right choice. At least I feel like I did.
My man got me hypnotized, and I know what he's saying don't make sense, y'all, but I love him. I know that smile. I've done that smile plenty of times. I know, girl. I don't know. Like, I just want my man to be like, I laid eyes on her, and I knew that my life wouldn't be the same without her. Anyway, y'all, you can be a gold
That's a movie. That's a movie. That's not real life.
mother winning Olympic athlete. You could be Beyonce, and your man is still going to embarrass you.
This first commenter says, I love how we are calling him Simone Biles' husband, because what is his name for real? Another chick chimed in and said, sir, you are...
Makes me think I should call off my engagement. It
What?
really does. I love my man. My man loves me. My man is the type of man to get me ready before bed. But I wonder, is it just a matter of time before we're out and about and I'm made to seem like a clown town? Because the way these men are constantly like, I'm going to embarrass this woman when we're in public. I'm going to do it. It's almost like it's in them. It's natural. It's genetic, it seems.
Before he says it, I could tell you right now, she never watched the full podcast. She only watched the clip. She only watched the clip. As some of your women, just like a man could compliment you 1,000 times over and over. And I know this about Instagram models too because I've done it. When a lot of dudes calls you beautiful, gorgeous, and like you're stunning, all that other stuff. You know, y'all all y'all say is thank you, like because you hear that a lot. That it just falls on deaf ears. Someone calling you beautiful, someone calling you gorgeous, someone calling you stunning. Y'all just it falls on deaf ears. So y'all just be like, thank you. Follow my OnlyFans, follow my Instagram. Make sure you like my photos and all that other shit. To where the one comment would do be like, "Yo, you got a big ass head." It's not even like stupid slut. I'm not even gonna go with the bashing stupid slut. Like, yo, you got a big ass head. Your head, you got a big old egghead or something. Let's just say that you got a big old egghead, got an egg shaped like an almond nut or some shit like that. That will get you more attention. That will get her to pay attention to you more than calling someone beautiful or gorgeous. And like I've done this in real life. It's like some girls is just like one of my little sister's friends. And I thought she was cute and she had nice titties and I'm a titty man and all that other stuff. But but my sisters didn't want me, and I told this story before. My sisters didn't want me, don't like it when I flirt with their friends and all that other stuff. So this one I was just like, I'm gonna be a total asshole on purpose. And when I tell you I was a total asshole on purpose, I was a total asshole on purpose. I said she had a Mike Tyson lips and your feet look like Vienna sausages. Like I was getting on her. And then like every time I saw her, I act like an asshole to her. It was just that girl ended up like last time I saw her, we ended up cuddling on the couch together and like just spooning each other. Now what I got that same type of affection with if I was just being nice to her, called her beautiful, gorgeous? Probably not, because it just I just don't think it'll happen that way. I look thirsty or some shit like that. But the fact that I was just clowning her, and sometimes it does work. I do get more attention this way when I make fun of somebody than calling someone pretty and gorgeous. It works that way. It just does. It's just I don't know. Women are weird.
And I'm going to tell y'all something my mom told me. I'm going to pass on some wisdom. You can't date a nigga that's jealous of you. You can't marry a nigga that's jealous of you.
So now he's jealous of her. They wanted that man to lie. If you're not out here being Russell Wilson, they don't.
Be mindful. Her husband's an NFL player. A job that only less than one. Let's just say less than 1% of the people can have, and he is in the NFL play, and he's in there for years. He's on the Texans right now. He's good. Yes, he may not have Simone Biles' accomplishment, but he's good. He's he's good. Some of you women are just ridiculous. It's just never met. I don't think he's jealous of it. Really don't. But oh well.
Don't like it. Let's keep listening.
You simply can't do it. Because for him to sit on that podcast and say, oh, I didn't know her because I didn't watch gymnastics. No one's watching gymnastics casually. We also kind of just like look at it during the Olympics. But you're telling me you didn't know Simone Biles, one of the few Black gymnasts to make it on the USA team and to break records time and time and time and time again, you didn't know her? You never heard of her being like, we didn't have TV and da-da-da-da. Did you have the internet? Jesus be offense. Jesus be offense, because I might call off my engagement.
If this is causing you to call off your engagement, then you probably should, man. And speaking of,
how can you let someone else's relationship affect your own relationship? That's where I want to get. He's just like he didn't say this, but I'm going to say this. How do you let another man's relationship or how he feels about his woman affect the way your husband or your fiance feel about you? That nigga probably it's funny because that nigga probably like treats her like a queen every day. Like the sun, he brings the sun and moon. Do you think unless you think your man is jealous of you, unless you think your man is the things that you think that he is, it's just like, oh, this might call off my engagement. Bitch, what? Why you? And this is the problem with some of y'all women. It's just like y'all live so much vicariously through other people that it scares your own shit. Worried about your own shit. Because if you call up the engagement just because of another man, and I've been treating you like a queen, you know what? Go ahead, leave.
Russell Wilson, this next chick had this to say. Let's get it.
You know who would never get on the podcast, Mike, and embarrass their wife? This man right here. They would have.
This is coming from a man that used to defend Sierra. I used to defend Sierra to the T. And now I watched her embarrass Russell Wilson to where Russell Wilson is still, being all positive. It's just like, I get it. You don't need me, but I need you. And then she looked at me like, oh, it was like, first of all, and I'm going to say this, and because I had a video called Sierra Need to Sit Her Ass Down, where she did the whole, this is all the women, independent women don't need no man. I said, that man done bossed you up more than any other fucking parent. Couldn't boss you up more than your own fucking career. And I like Sierra, and I like her music. And yes, she's one of the most prolific dancers of our generation. I will give her that. I'm not knocking her and her accomplishments, but at the same time, you married Future. Future treated you like shit. You married Russell. Russell treated you like a queen. And this is why a lot of men get on Sierra, because it's just like this man, because of Russell, you own your own masters. Like he bought your masters and gave them to you. he's bossed you up to where like both of y'all like co-owners of a baseball team is just in like Division 1 or some shit like that in the lower leagues, but they own a football team. I mean, a baseball team in Seattle. Like you wouldn't be able to do that shit without Russell Wilson, and yet you treat that nigga like whatever. All right, now she's about to go to Russell Wilson. Right, Russell Wilson wouldn't do that, but Sierra is the one that doing the disrespect.
Have been like, you know who Sierra is? Oh yeah, me and my sister used to have 1-2-step routines. I love Sierra.
I didn't know who she was at the time, but like the first thing that I saw was that she just had a bunch of followers. So in my mind, I'm like, okay, she got to be good. Y'all
remember that series, If You Give a Mouse a Cookie and all that bad shit happened because you gave a mouse a cookie? If you give a man a podcast mic, you don't know who Simone Biles is, read a book. Read a book. It's titled Simone Biles.
Really the catch in.
I always say we the men that catch, man. I always say we the catch.
When that Goodies video came out, I was like, yeah, I used to dance in my room to her music. I used to get ready to game. If you give a man in a relationship that feels like he's less than his girlfriend or wife a podcast mic, this is what happens. It's like I'm the catch. It's like I'm the catch. Simone Biles, height, age, net worth, achievements, husband. What's your favorite song when you prepping for the game, Russ? Like a Boy. I love Like a Boy. Let's go eat some Simone Biles cereal. Do you have some cereal? I don't think so. Everybody in that room knew you was catch.
Joe, she's got cereal. I'm not going to lie, bro. Simone Biles out here killing it. If anything, I've learned more about what Simone Biles has accomplished, and it's impressive. Gotta give her props. And on top of that, humble. This is rare. She's got more humility than women who ain't doing shit. Drink the coffee.
Drink the coffee, it'll make you feel better.
Let's keep listening.
Everybody in that room knew you was capping. Everybody in that room knew you should shut the up. Do he even have any partnerships? Is he even a Fashion Nova male? Like, what the man do bro like that? Daily Mail. Simone Biles, NFL husband. They let you keep going. You want to know why? Because they knew they was going to get views off this shit. They knew this was going to be some clickbait. They knew these clicks was about to go to off and they was about to get paid off. Yo, dumb ass being stupid. Sierra's so talented. My wife got an album coming out September 23rd. She has an angelic voice. You want to know who will never play in a wife's face on a podcast? Russell.
If you get on a podcast, apparently, and you have a mic in front of your face, you better start reading poetry to your wife.
Why we don't drop down on our knee and propose to men?
If husbands weren't the prize, then most of you would.
First, she even drove 45 minutes. He's the catch.
How did you do that, bro?
Man, it's really how she pulled me, man. That's the question.
And this is why I believe that men like this think so. When you are, as a woman, are pursuing a man, it makes them feel like they're the prize. He goes on to talk about in the interview how, they met on this dating app and she kept messaging him first. She even drove 45 minutes to come see him on the first date. Like, it always seemed like she was in the role of the pursuer. Now, that's how men talk about you when you are the one pursuing them. I always say they chase, we choose. That's why we don't drop down on our knee and propose to men.
If husbands weren't the prize, then most of you would have one. What's the prize? Something a select few get. And I'm not talking about the man who's thirsting and simping in your comment section saying, I'll marry you today and I'll drink your bathwater. No, I'm talking about the men you want. The prize are for the select few. And in the context of pursuit, though in most cases a man pursues a woman, some of you might have to do the pursuing depending on what you want. This also reminds you that women think because of your accomplishments, and this is no shot to Simone Biles at all, but a lot of these chicks think because of my accomplishments, I shouldn't have to do anything other than bring my accomplishments to the table. These same women are the same women who, because of their law degree and psychology degree, because she has 3 degrees and a master's and a doctorate, or because of my experience, I have experience and that's why you should want me. Men don't value those things. Unfortunately, it doesn't matter how many accomplishments you have. Will you be respected for it? Yes, you should be. But when you enter the dating market, what you bargain with aren't your accomplishments. It's what men value, which is what she brought.
We're not calling first and pursuing men, approaching men that we meet out in the wild. You don't do that because this is how they talk about you. They feel like, oh my goodness, she must really think I'm something. Like, you don't want them to start sounding like this.
I thoroughly wanted a relationship. I just did not want you. It's not that a relationship is not what you want. I just didn't want you.
With me. Okay.
There we go.
Let me say with me.
Praise God.
It makes that much difference.
It does. No. I said you. I don't like you. Stop looking at me like that. I don't like you like that.
Not what you want, okay? But
I also want to throw that because anybody understand Toby Wingway, like he was honest, just like, and women did not like that either, because it was just like it made him seem like he was like hot headed or some shit like that. Or, I mean, the nigga Toby Wingway, I mean, he loves his wife. Don't get me wrong, he loves his wife, but at the beginning he didn't want her. Just the honest. Some things is just honest. I know this fucking. If you flip it around, it's just like I've heard women say, "Yeah, I didn't want him at first, but he kind of won me over." Sometimes you're not attracted to the person at first. Sometimes you're not. You're not attracted to the person at first, and then for some reason they say or do something. The switch flips. It's just like, wait a minute. Wait a minute. You know, I ain't never seen her do nothing like that. And then now you're interested. Shit just happens like that. That's life. Some people just like, oh, I want him to love me from the first day he saw me. It's like, nah, I thought you was annoying. And then all of a sudden I got to know you. And then I just realized what type of person you are. It happens like that. Sometimes, sometimes if you look deep into a person and then you really see how the fuck they is, and it's the same way, like, oh, you think you fell in love with him, the nigga got big muscles and all that stuff. Think he's a sweet gentleman. Come to find out that nigga is a broken motherfucking piece of work, and he needs to be coddled and all that other shit just because of his fucking ego. So I see people, it's the same way like that. So, sometimes you really got to look deep into your person. And then they're still married and they have kids. So, like, I don't know what the hell she's talking about.
But this is what happens when women pursue men. They think that they're the prize. You can't convince this man that she's not lucky to be with him. We don't even know who he is.
Listen, guys, as always, I'm curious.
All right, that's basically the end of the video. So we're just gonna stop the video there. Some of you look, and it goes on to my next little rant, and then I'm gonna try to keep this one short because some of you. There was a video, because this is another video that I wanted to look at, but it's just that we need to get to a point where we are fixing problems, not just. Let's just see. We got one view. Okay, all right. I had to look up something. We need to get to the point to where we are fixing problems in this gender war. Like, there's no reason we should be fucking still arguing about the same shit. We're on panels now. We're talking to each other. We really need to be getting to a point where I'm gonna just say it's just like, okay, we need to start solving problems. We need to get to a point where we start solving problems. I get sick and tired of seeing these things, and I feel like we're just there seeing these podcasts, and I feel like we're not going nowhere. Even though I finally glad we're having a conversation with each other, we're not going nowhere. And then we're just being out there, just talking. We're talking, but nothing's getting solved. I think we need to get to, and I've said this many times, we need to get to a point where, things need to get solved. Now, there's a video on the Black Life podcast with Don Lexi and about this woman ranting about something, and I'm gonna just talk about that, and then I'm gonna go ahead and bottom line this video if I can find it. I think it was in this one.
Ask me to rate myself 1 to 10. I am a 10.
Side note, it's not about her, but I seen her video everywhere. It's just I'm gonna need this woman to and I ain't even paused it on the right spot. I'm gonna need this woman to show these motherfucking millionaires and billionaires and people that you know that you got the pull. You said it because no one believes you. No one believes you because she always talk about she won't date. She rather be single than a broke man and all that other stuff. And everybody's like, "Bitch, nobody wants you." So I'm gonna need her to start just like either just show niggas that niggas are in your DMs and all that other shit, or you know, just get the fuck on.
Take your punk ass back where the you what you used to, and leave me the case is closed.
Black men have no problem with black women having clear standards about what they expect in the dating market. But what we don't like is aggressive attitudes and women who act like dudes.
Then you need to wait 90 days before he takes you out on a date. You need to wait 90 days before he...
And doing what men do. What
provides, and that's not fair, right? I did this.
Honestly, you shouldn't deal with broke men. I don't believe in broke men. Honestly, I don't have time for a broke man. Honestly, broke men bring you down. Honestly, I'm just speaking from the heart. I'm just saying what is really on my mind and speaking my truth and expressing myself. Honestly, men want privilege, but they don't want to pay for it.
What the hell are you talking about?
They want all this power, but they don't want to provide. Honestly, if he's not providing and doing what men do, why are you with him? Honestly, if I have to take care of myself, I'll just be alone. I'll just be single. A man should be able to provide the basics and a few luxuries. And honestly, we gotta stop babying men. We gotta stop making excuses for men, especially black men.
I'm gonna try to take it easy on her because
I'm not gonna lie to you. I think she's on the spectrum. But this is one of because I done said this video times because this is stigma that black women thinks that black men we want y'all to date broke men. I'm pretty sure, and I'm gonna repeat myself until I fucking say this, until at least one of these videos pop off, because I've done said this a million times. We don't want you to date broke men. We understand that, you know, the whole thing about settling it is just that y'all think we want y'all to date broke men. No one ever fucking said that. This is why I used to have this question of, what is your ideal of a broke man? What is your, because a lot of y'all women want men to do everything, but there's a bunch of women in there that want you to pay their bills along with paying your bills. It's just like, as a man, how the fuck do you think they, even if he's a rich man, excuse me, sorry, even if he's a rich man, does that logically sound good? It's just like, I feel like women just want men to throw money at it, especially in this, women in this, you want men to just throw money at you and y'all to just live your life while he's just waiting on a moment to like get something from you. It's like y'all want men to be your daddies, not really like your companion. All right, and it shows. A lot of y'all women shows. It just, y'all just like, y'all not no prostitution or whores, but then you price yourself out. A man got to make this much. A man got to, before you even do this. And then even if he kind of qualifies, you still skeptical about doing the things for him and all that other stuff. Like, I see how some of you women act stupid. It's fucking stupid. Like, it baffles me sometimes. Now this woman, I don't know the way she talked. I think she's on the spectrum, and I'm not even going to like try to make fun of her. So, but I don't think this is the video. This is probably one of them But this, I had to talk about this because she was talking about, I'm not dating a broke man. No, like men have never said you need to date a broke man. We never said that. What we're saying is that some of these average men that they're just good for you. They're good dudes and all that other stuff. They can take care of themselves. And here's the thing: it's not never said we never take. Like broke men are men that can't take care of themselves. We never say you should be dating these broke niggas that take it. Matter of fact, you women like dating those men because, like, some of you, I would say that some of you women like that. Y'all hate what y'all date. I don't like dating broke men, but yet the nigga can't do nothing for himself. And men, I've always said this because he's like, some of you women say men are intimidated by me because they make more money. I would say this. I don't think that's the case, but I've always said this because I know there's a couple dudes that just like they will get jealous if they women, and I always say this: if she's a lawyer, then or if she's like one of those high-priced lawyers, then she's going to make more money than you. My thing is, you need to make enough money to you can sustain yourself to where you don't need her money. And I've always said that. Just make enough money where you don't need her money. I don't have to be here. It's just like if she like kicks you out, it's just like where you going? Because a lot of women just like where you going to go if you? It's like I don't have to be here. It's like yeah, you make more money than me, but I don't have to. You need to have that type of money. It's just like look, I can go get me an apartment right now. I'm good. I'm living with you out because I love you. But if you want to keep acting like that, I don't have a problem leaving. Go get me an apartment, or I could just rent a room until I can get myself an apartment, and I'm good. Just things like that. It's like having insurance. Now that sounds kind of fucked up because it's just like, are you really there? It's just like I'm there for you. And I'm there for you. I'm really down for you, but all that stuff. But if you're gonna be treating me like, because most men don't like being treated less than. I understand that. And you be like, I understand that you make money. You probably make more money than me, but you're not a better person than me. Or but you're not gonna emasculate me. And that's how it's like the moment we feel like emasculation, you should leave. I've always said that. The moment your women trying to emasculate you, dip. Because if you let her slap with that, she's going to try to let you slap with other things. But let me try to. I think there's another video I wanted to find. What's this one?
Children. We live in a society that wants you single, fat, broke, and childless, and you're adding to that with your $49.99.
Why are you worried about what another man is spending on a woman? Now, most of the women in the comment section were like, oh, because you want to be them, or because they're gay, whatever, things like that. But
he was so annoyed with me. He basically told me that he doesn't do guy best
To some basic ass type of treatment. No, I have more fun being single, and when I say fun, that don't mean I'm out here just hopping and dropping.
It's so difficult to deal with the fact that so many average women are out here acting as if they should just have the best of men in the dating market just lined up waiting for them.
Buy a dog and die alone. Happened twice on the show, and I was at a loss. A woman
Like someone else. I'm completely honest with you guys because I'm not impressed. I get Timmy, Jacob, John, Jimmy, Matthew, and Marcus all in my DMs, all saying the same thing, all doing the same thing, all acting the same way. And then you want me to sit here and give my top tierness to someone who just sounded like someone else who just hit me up about 5 minutes ago. Tierness to someone who just sounded like someone else who just hit me up about 5 minutes ago. I'm just not impressed. That's really all it is. Like the things that I see, like my dad raised me a certain type of way and showed me how a man is supposed to be, and the fact that that's what I'm expecting and men can't even like live up to that standard just keeps me single even longer. And then on top of that, they want me to sit here and be like this top tier woman to some basic ass type of treatment. No, I have more fun being single, and when I say fun, that don't mean I'm out here just hopping and dropping.
It's so difficult to deal
Okay. What is this one?
And as you get older, they matter less and less because there's less future. So the choices you make here are going to affect all the rest of this. And it's like she doesn't know that.
You got time. You got plenty of time.
Well, you do got time until you don't. That's how time works. This is less time. Here's my least favorite thing she says.
Enjoy your life. The right person will come when they come.
Not the enjoy your life part. That's fine. I mean the right person part.
Okay, I'm gonna bottom line this. In conclusion, leave Simone Biles the fuck alone. That's the one thing. All right, she's happier in her marriages. I'm glad she's telling some of y'all crazy, y'all just a bunch of lunatics and all that other stuff. She even said y'all a bunch of lunatics. All right, like what her and her man got is from. And I think we need to start pushing happier marriages that are happy instead of just every time seeing these negative marriages because there's so many videos of people not only telling you why they won't get married, but this video prove it. It's just like, what's the point of getting married? The numbers are against us and all that other stuff. But I always say we need to show more videos of people that are happily married that are getting through it. That even if they have problems, they're seeing their way through it. I firmly believe that we should start doing more relationships like that. We should start pushing relationships like that instead of the drama filled ripple. I know that gets the clicks. I know that gets the view. I know that gets the views. I know that gets the comments about people just either men shitting on black women or black women shitting on men, and it's just like we all need help. And this, I understand this is more of a gender thing, and I said this than a black person thing, but I'm just talking to my peoples right now. This gender war doesn't fucking help us. It hurts us. This gender war doesn't do nothing for us, but bring us apart and then bring us together. All right. We need to get to a point where we need to just be cool with each other and start, more black families, more black relationships, more conversations, and find people that will fuck with you. I've always said this, fuck with people that fuck with you. All right. Yeah, maybe he can't pay all the bills, but he at least can sustain himself enough to where, okay, you can see the ambition. He's going somewhere. All right. He just needs the little push because some dudes just need push. So there are people that it's just like, yo, I just need the ambition. They have the ambition and all that. But they still need a little bit of help to get to where they need. All right. And as long as that man reciprocates whatever it is, like he said, like the way Will reciprocates with Jada, or how other men was like, yo, I would like to thank my wife. She pushed me along when I needed it. Because even men need it sometimes. Sometimes we can do it ourselves, but sometimes it does make it easier for a woman to just push us or help us. Sometimes give us a little nudge. I'm not saying to hold our hands. I never said you should hold a man's hands or coddle him. I'm not even saying coddle him. Just push him to where he's at his best. And sometimes a woman can do that. I'm gonna be honest with you. I do think a woman. Now, a man should be ambitious on his own, but it does help with a woman. It's just you have someone on your side that sees your vision as you see your vision. I do believe that. It's just like, hey, you see my vision. Okay, you got it. Keep going. You gonna make it one day. That right there helps a long way. Hey, someone believes in me. And then, that's where I'm going to bottom line is. Let me know what y'all feel. How y'all feel about the whole Simone Biles situation? How y'all feel about us fixing this gender war? That's what I'm saying. Us fixing this gender war. But let me know how y'all think. Till then, my name is Oskino Fly.